Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this Xiaomi Redmi Note 3. And actually there are two variants of this Redmi Note 3, but only one variant will be launched in India. This is a Chinese box, don't worry, but this is the version that is going to be launched in India. And in China it's known as the Pro version because the regular version comes with a MediaTek processor, but this is the Pro version that has this new Snapdragon 650 chipset. And this Redmi Note 3 will be sold in two variants, one with 2 GB of RAM and one with 3 GB of RAM. This is the version that we have currently has 3 GB of RAM that comes with 32 GB of internal storage. So here is the unit itself, and as you can see, some stuff. Again, it's in Chinese, but don't worry, the one that we will get in India will have English stuff. So some paperwork, I'll just keep that to the side. This is the charger, and here it says that the output is 5 volts at 2000 milliamperes. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes to charge because this device has a massive battery. That's a 4000 milliamp hour battery. And this is the USB cable, nothing else. We don't get a headset as usual with Xiaomi device. So that's it. So we just get the charger and the cable. So let me keep these things to the side and let's look at the handset itself. So here is the handset itself. Looks like we have a protective cover pre-applied. Yes, it is. I'm going to remove that, and sports a 5.5-inch screen, and again it comes in three colors. This is the gold variant, as you can see, the black, and this is the silver one. So looks pretty cool, I would say. The back is actually now metallic. Only this part and this part is plastic due to the antennas, but this entire casing is metallic. We have the fingerprint scanner also. And I thought the handset will be really heavy because it has that 4000 milliamp hour battery. But I feel the in-hand feel is really good, and it does not feel very heavy in my frank opinion. And let me actually give you a physical overview. On the top, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, secondary noise cancellation microphone. We have the IR blaster, so that's a nice thing. And volume rockers, power button, again metallic. And on the bottom, we have the micro USB slot that will be used for charging, the main microphone. And on this end, we have the SIM slot. And this comes with the hybrid SIM, so you can put in your nano SIM or regular micro SIM, but again if you want SD card, then you have to swap. So it's a hybrid SIM solution, and it has that 16 megapixel camera with dual tone LED flash, and we now have that fingerprint scanner, the Mi logo, and the opening for the speaker. Let's now quickly just try to boot this up. I hope it has a charge. Yes, it gives that Mi logo, and by the time it boots up and I set it up, let me give you a configuration overview. This Redmi Note 3 is powered by the new Snapdragon 650 chipset, which is actually a 6-core processor, and the first 2 cores are powered by the new ARM Cortex A72, which are actually very powerful, and the other 4 cores, that's a quad core, is powered by the ARM Cortex A53. It also has the new improved Adreno 510 GPU, and it sports a 5.5-inch 1080p IPS display. It also has that sunlight legibility. It also supports 4G and VoLTE. It has the IR blaster fingerprint scanner. It also has a 16 megapixel rear facing camera and a 5 megapixel front facing camera, and the battery is a 4000 milliamp hour battery, which is actually sealed inside. And this comes with the new MIUI 7 out of the box. And I'll just quickly set this up and then we will continue. And I'm just setting up the Wi-Fi, and I noticed that the good thing is that it supports both the 2.4 gigahertz as well as the 5 gigahertz band. And it also has that fingerprint scanner. I'm just setting it up and it gives haptic feedback when you touch it. And I think so you have to tap in. Yeah, it's done. And I've just completed the initial setup. And again, it runs on MIUI. That means it does not have app tray, but you can install third-party launchers like Google Now Launcher. And if you go over here again, we have the settings, and it has the auto brightness sensor, as you can see. And let's look at all the other settings. If we go over here and go to about the device, so as you can see, it's running on the Android version 5.1, that is Lollipop out of the box. and with MIUI 7. And again, in India, they're just going to call it the Redmi Note 3, not the Pro. In China, people are calling this the Snapdragon variant as the Pro, but in India, I think so it will be marketed just as the Redmi Note 3. And it has, this one, as I told you, has that 3 gigabytes of RAM, and out of that 32 gigabytes, as you can see, it has 24.59 gigabytes of space free, and we can also add a SD card. So storage should not be a issue on this device. Again, it feels, let's test the fingerprint scanner. I already set up the fingerprint scanner while I was setting up the phone. It asks you that option. So let's try that. So if I just tap in, and it unlocks. Strange thing is it does not give me any vibration here, because most of the phones, when I use the fingerprint scanner, give a vibration, but this, as you can see, just tap and it unlocks, and it's pretty quick. Initial impressions, I have to say. Again, it comes pre-installed with Google Play Store. You don't have to worry about all those other things. So let's fire up the Google Chrome web browser, and let me quickly adjust the brightness for a second, guys. And I'll just show you, and I'm using the Google keyboard instead of in the initial setup. It gives you an option of setting up various keyboards. I just chose the Google keyboard, and feels responsive. And in fact, Qualcomm was talking a lot about this Snapdragon 650 SoC, how much more powerful it is compared to the Snapdragon 615, and it does not have those heating issues and stuff. So it will be very interesting to test out this device. Particularly, I'll try to do some heavy gaming also with this device and see how it runs. As of now, as you can see, it's running it very smoothly without any issues. And let's see, let's kill everything. And out of that 3 gigabytes, we have about 1.7 gigabytes of RAM that is freely available to us. So that's a good thing. And again, still surprised about the weight. It does not feel that heavy, considering that it has that 4000 milliamp hour battery. So the battery life should be actually really good. I will definitely test out the battery life and see how good it is. I'll in fact put my primary SIM in this so that I can produce other videos quickly. Let's also look at the camera. Now we have a 16 megapixel rear facing camera. The MediaTek version of the Note 3 actually has a 13 megapixel camera, but this one, Snapdragon variant, has a 16 megapixel camera. So let's look at it. We have that tap to focus, it says, and the shutter speed is really quick. Let me show you guys. Let me just tap into this text area, and the moment you tap, it takes the picture. For again, example, let me show you. Let's take a picture of this one. It has some text. Let's look at this. Okay, so we had some text over here, and again, as you can see, I zoomed in, then also the text was pretty good. I just took these sample shots with the Redmi Note 3, and for the most part, I would say the camera performance is decent. But yes, in artificial lighting, there is a little bit of noise, but definitely I'll post a lot more about the camera in my full review. So guys, that's it for now for this unboxing and first look at this Redmi Note 3. If you have any specific questions around this device, do post them in the YouTube comments and I'll try to include them in my review. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.